But before I start, can we do a little exercise? Chairman and the rest, can you please go to the mothers and parents with children with disabilities, shake them and give them a hug. They are doing an awesome job, and let us use this opportunity to show them love and let them know that we appreciate them. Because taking care of these children is a whole full-time work. Madam, we love you. We are all in the same boat. We appreciate your pain. We know your challenges. And your children are all beautiful. Please let us clap for all the beautiful children here. They are wonderful children, very brilliant children. I've worked with many of them and I know the potentials in them. As we're doing that, thank you, Chairman, sir. As we're doing that, I want to take you back to 2011, back in my days in CNN. We did a report on, there was a report on CNN titled Locked Up and Forgotten. That report was order, please. Order, please. One house. We had a report on CNN, Locked Up and Forgotten. You can Google it. It was David Mackenzie that anchored it. That report went on to win an award, Amnesty International Award. But the content of it it sent ripples down home for me and told me that I had so much work to do. Because what happens is that culture has made our people lock up these children. And to solve that, I'm happy that this event is happening. People are going to watch this on TV, and that culture is going to change. But we should not drop the ball and stop here. We will continue from here. If you know what the work we do at CARE, we advocate for such things. We let parents know that having a child with disability is not a taboo. I personally have lost nephews and nieces out of the carelessness of my uncles who did not know that their children had autism and the rest of it. We thought that they were cursed because that was what the culture said about them. But working with such children, I've come to see that they are the most brilliant kids because the five senses that we have, if you lose one sense, the other four become sharper. And these kids are awesome in the. We know of the late Stephen, please, one house. We know of Stephen Walker, is that his name? In an American, who was on a wheelchair, couldn't talk. Huh? Steve Hawkins. But he was one of the best brains in the world who created so many great things. He couldn't even talk, he couldn't move his arms or hands. He had cerebral palsy. But they connected computers into his brains and brought out genius in him. As we move further, the other thing I want to campaign for is funding. The chairman has talked about it, and thank God we have the senior special assistant now. We have our disability commission, so there's work for us to do because we need to, as soon as we hit the 5 years next year moratorium. Thankfully, the chairman too has the chairman, the SSA's office. In fact, our partners are all there. We're holding the 5 year after the Disability Act. And with the theme of that event is the pains, sorry, the gains, the pains, the stains, and the chains. Because 5 years after, we have had some gains. We're now being talked about. We have had some pains, which Honorable just mentioned, the SSA just mentioned, parking spaces, all those are part of the pains. The stains, some people that are supposed to do their work are not doing it. They are not here. People are not yet understanding what we're talking about. But above all, we still have some chains. Parents do not have funds to take care of these children. It's a big chain. It's so the chain is stronger than the chains of amistad. Do you know what the story of Amistad is? The slavery ship, the slavery ship that took slaves. There was a ship called Amistad, and slaves had to be chained on that ship. They couldn't do, just like we know the story of slaves. Today, the chains of disability, particularly funding, are stronger than the chains of Amistad. We must break those chains. I lost my legs and the ability to walk in a car crash December 15, 2006. But I thank God for that day because He has given me the blessing of being amongst the best people in the world and seated in this room today. And it opened up my eyes to the world of disabilities. And this brings me to the last point. As we get into the 5 years of moratorium for understanding the law, I thank you, Honorable, because I know that your committee will make the policy so strong that every Nigerian will begin to appreciate the essence of protecting their vulnerable people, particularly persons with disabilities. Because not doing so, we are losing 15% of our gross domestic product. This is the UN report 2013. Ban Ki-moon said so. If we are not capturing 15% of our PWDs and vulnerable people, we are losing 15% of our GDP. And if we're able to capture this, that means we'll have funds. I told a story to the NSA. He gave me the opportunity to speak in 2011, sorry, 2010 December, quiet please, at the flagging off. And that led to Lois and I, during in 2011, we did the TV INEC advert, and INEC took that race. Today, we have better deals in INEC, courtesy of that report we did in 20, that advert we did in 2011. So we need to do more, and I plead with you, my colleagues in the media. I was one of you. It can happen to any of us. I was on a report going to the airport when the car crash happened. May it not happen to you. But please take this as your own personal responsibility. And I thank you all, Nigerian media, you've been doing a great job. We need to talk more about this. We need to advocate more. We need to teach people more. And we need to let people know that people with disabilities matter and children with disabilities matter most. Because I see governors, I see members of House of Reps, I see every good thing, bank MDs in those children. We can do it and we must do it. And the time to do it is now. God